Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another video. I just figured that I would go ahead and throw my hat in the ring in regards to people talking about Injustice 3 and some characters and ideas that I personally will want to see, along with some characters I probably wouldn't want to see. But, anywho, before we get into that, as you know, Injustice is made by NetherRealm Studios, and it's been a quite a good take, well, kind of good take on an alternate reality where Superman is an evil dictator. Even though I'm gonna be honest, we're kind of tired of the whole evil Superman thing, but we'll get to that momentarily. Um, Now then, let's just get this out of the way real quick. The drama going down with the Warner Brothers, with recent changes, with the company focusing on their biggest IPs, and you know, mostly focusing on ugh, Batman. Well, Batman's part of Injustice, so we'll have to see. But the next Injustice game could definitely prioritize, Batman. Unfortunately, but hopefully it will keep things fresh. But now, speaking of Batman, as far as returning characters are concerned, obviously Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, you have to have your Trinity. And in some cases, you may see the Flash and Green Lantern. Although I do have a take on that. As far as the Flash is concerned, as a matter of fact, both him and Green Lantern have gone through their redemption arcs. Now, it's been a while since I played Injustice 2's story and read the comic, so bear with me if I don't recall certain things. But as far as I'm concerned, their stories could continue, but they have replacements. But I'll get back to that in a second. As far as the Trinity is concerned, I originally would have preferred them to stick with the bad ending, where Superman won and took control over Batman and locked up Supergirl. But after further thinking about that, like I said earlier, we could move away from the whole evil Superman thing, Just have him in the Phantom Zone, and if y'all need to release him from the Phantom Zone for the big bad, so be it. But, you know, as far as Wonder Woman is concerned, she should continue to be locked up. As a matter of fact, I have a replacement for her in the moment. Batman can continue to lead the new Justice League, and I think Supergirl should stand right beside him as the new Kryptonian, the main primary Kryptonian, and she should return in the game. Some people might not like that, but you need a Kryptonian to take Superman's place and to provide that energy, to be the powerhouse of the team and not be corrupted by the tarnishment that Superman has done, and can bring back hope for for what that symbol means on her chest. The S, obviously. And that's a funny thing because I recently even thought about it. Like, Supergirl's a completely different character, which is why I don't really like the Supergirl TV show. I always found her New 52 incarnation, at least some aspects, to be fascinating, that she's angrier because she lost her home. She wasn't raised on Earth like Superman was. And I think that should take part in the story as well. Have her kind of struggle with that. She wants to build back the legacy of the super family, but carve her own path. Now, throughout this video, and I'm sorry if it's out of order, I'm not an editing genius, so if you see images of characters that I wanted to add show up later, or now, or far later, don't come at me. But I want to start off with Wonder Woman. a lot of people say that she's the most evil of the um characters due to the fact that she was kind of like the snake in Superman's ear, but he still did whatever he wanted to do. But she can play a role in the story, but she needs a contrast. And we need more Wonder Woman characters, so to speak. In the past two games, we only have one other character in each game, Ares and Cheetah as her antagonists. But what about her side characters? Which leads me to her replacement on the Justice League. I think it should be Donna Troy, the original Wonder Girl. Now, I don't know how that would work since she hasn't existed, but I want to take a step from her New 52 origin, where she was actually cloned from Diana to replace her as Queen of the Amazons. Donna Troy could replace Wonder Woman stepping into the spotlight to rebuild Themyscira's reputation after Diana went down her path. Meanwhile, like I said, Supergirl can continue to take the Superman's place on the team. Speaking of other characters, we have Miss Martian. Martian Manhunter was killed a long time ago, and I would like to see his powers back. And Miss Martian can definitely bring that to the table as a youthful energy as well. Not only that, we have Mary Marvel, who can take Billy's place, and both her and Miss Martian, I can see them wanting revenge for basically killing their counterparts. Now, I did mention that I want a Supergirl to take the place of Superman on the Justice League, but there's also the option of Superboy. He's currently in the future along with Wonder Girl, Cassie Sandsmark, the second Wonder Girl, at least according to the comics from what I remember, they're with the Legion of Superheroes, so maybe they'll play a role in the game as well. Now, a big thing that people really want to see is Beast Boy and also John Constantine. I'm not really a fan of either of them, but they could play some type of role. I guess I have to think about that more. Who I really want to see is Zatanna, because she was just DLC in the original Injustice game, and I think these fan favorite characters would be great to play with. Now, returning to Green Lantern and the Flash, as you can see on the screen, is Star Sapphire. If you want to replace Green Lantern either with another hero or villain, Star Sapphire I think would be a good bet, because we already seen Sinestro and we already seen Atrocitus. Now, I think they could come back, but Starfire is a fresh take, along with the Blue Lantern Saint Walker, as you see on the screen. Um, More healing based, I guess, but as far as gameplay is concerned, probably heal himself during battle, but you know. And Beast Boy is, like I said earlier, fan favorite. I don't really have to go into details of why people love Beast Boy. I personally am indifferent, but you know, big fan favorite. Now, as far as other things are concerned, like villains, speaking of Wonder Woman villains, I say Cersei should make an appearance. Definitely a magic-based villain, and she's currently in Creature Commandos. From what I've seen, she's been nerfed. From what I've also seen, I don't watch that crap. Honestly, I'm not interested in. If to each their own, I'm just not interested in Creatures Commandos getting an animated show before Wonder Woman. As you all are probably watching this may know, I did do a video on why Wonder Woman doesn't have her own animated series. It's one of my highest viewed videos. Go check it out. But, you know, Cersei is another villain from Wonder Woman's Rogue Gallery. She's very interesting, and she can bring that Greek mythology element, just like Ares did at some point. Other villains, someone new, someone interesting like Mirror Master from the Flash's Rogues. You know, maybe some. How would he work out gameplay wise? Maybe throwing people into different mirror dimensions, so to speak. I don't know. Mongol. Am I even pronouncing that right? Mongol, whatever, the big yellow guy from you know, Superman comics. He's a big threat. He has his own planet, and maybe he'll probably think Earth is weakened without Superman, and probably go to invade it. You know, stuff like that. Same goes with Darkseid. Now I think Darkseid is probably the most logical choice as the biggest villain. You know, like he hates all of the heroes. He's been elevated from just a Superman villain to an entirely Justice League villain. So I think perhaps he would do the best, you know, so to speak. We also maybe a returning Lobo. He was in Injustice 1 as a DLC, if I remember correctly. Yeah, he was. I remember his finisher move. Have Lobo return as well. Now, as far as just some notes here, as far as the story is concerned, what the story could look like is like picking up after the good ending. Justice leads, Justice leads. Batman leads kind of a fragile state of the Justice League, struggling to rebuild the trust while Superman remains in the Phantom Zone. But you know, peace never lasts long. Um, Maybe Cersei could manipulate the Amazons into waging war again with man's world, which would lead to Donna Troy, possibly standing against the Amazons, standing up for what Wonder Woman should be standing up for: peace, equality, justice. Um, Darkseid will also take this opportunity to invade Earth or Mongol or both. You know. Um, Now another part of my notes here is Superman's redemption. Now he's done a lot, done a hell of a lot. Him and Wonder Woman, so I don't really see them getting redeemed. In the Injustice movie, Wonder Woman kind of got redemption after seeing Superman murder children just because they pissed him off, and she did not like that. I don't know if you want to go that extreme, but I'm not really interested in seeing them redeemed. I'm ready to see them replaced. Like like I said earlier, new leaders in Supergirl and Donna Troy to fill in those voids. Mary Marvel to bring back Shazam's power, because if you're not aware, Mary Marvel is Billy Batson's either long lost twin sister or adoptive sister, where Billy shares his powers with and his foster family. Um, she's another powerhouse that I think will be strong enough, along with Miss Martian, because they both had the same issues with Superman. They lost loved ones because of Superman. They're powerful enough, along with Supergirl and Donna. And Captain Atom as well. He's not even in my notes, but I just thought of him right now. Captain Atom could be a very, all of them can keep Superman alive, I believe. Now, I can't believe if he'll be defeated by all of them, but they can definitely put up a fight. You know, yeah, that's just my hot take. You know, they could definitely hold their own against him if he decides to stray from the righteous path again. You know, it is what it is. Um, Moving on. Um, do I want the multiverse to come back? Because there's also a whole multiversal thing. As you know, the original, the Injustice League was stopped by the League. Hold on, I'm sorry. Um, this is why you can't have background music, people. Oops. I'm still gonna keep talking. This way I can't have background music because you get ads. I do not. If you hear an ad, I don't support whatever ad it's on. If you hear an ad, I do not. Whatever it is. Anywho, um, just back to the multiversal thing. I'm just gonna. I'm not an editing genius, so if you see anything crazy, it is what it is. Um, Back to the multiversal thing. I do not think they should have a multiversal arc again. Um, that's been done in the original game, but it's also been done to death in media these days. I haven't watched Invincible since season one, but I'm pretty sure they're doing the multiverse thing there. Mortal Kombat, ironically, is from the same studio, so let's not do that again. And from the current movies and what's coming up with Marvel stuff, let's leave the multiversal things alone and just focus on the Earth that we're on. Which is why, again, I say I don't want Superman or Wonder Woman to be redeemed. I just want them to be replaced by Supergirl and Donna Troy, preferably. And I will even accept Superboy replacing him, preferably. But honestly, I just want to see either Donna Troy or Cassie Sandmark to replace Wonder Woman on the League. That's what Legacy is for. Someone I didn't mention earlier is Damian Wayne, who I can't stand personally. Keep him locked up, I guess, or at least break out to play a small antagonistic role. He's a little consequence, honestly. If you're not going to bring Dick Grayson back, you already killed Tim Drake. Then honestly, I see no need for Damian. If you want to bring in a new Robin, perhaps think outside of the box, maybe Stephanie Brown, or we can keep her as spoiler. I don't know, but Batman kind of has a Robin and Harley. Kind of against that, but I just don't like Harley or Batman. But that's besides the point. Red Hood and Starfire, they need to be on the main game, in my opinion, just to give them a role in the game as well, since they were already DLC. Um, Jason Red Hood will be an interesting case because I can't remember what he did in the comics, if he was even in it in the Injustice comics. Um, but I think his perspective, like I'm pretty sure he would see both. Maybe Jason Todd could actually be where Damian was at the time on Superman's side, if they really need that. I personally now, as a matter of fact, yeah, let's go with that. But only this time, while Damian stays on Superman's side, but Jason will probably change to Batman's side. That might work. Yeah, that might work. At least from what I'm thinking. But yeah. Speaking of other characters I would personally like to see, Aqualad and or either one or both. Both is good too. Mira. Aquaman was kind of a neutral party, but leaned towards, I think, yeah, he definitely leans towards Superman. I don't know where Aqualad and Mira's allegiances lie, because I don't remember seeing them in the comic. Definitely not in the game, but the aquakinesis powers that both have would be incredible. Um, Due to popularity, I would probably go with Calderon, aka Jackson Hyde, aka the Aqualad from the Young Justice TV show. Due to popularity, I'd probably go with him. If you want to choose the Aqualads, either one of the Aqualads, plus representation since he's LGBT. Um, as far as Mira is concerned, her powers are amazing. Unfortunately, she comes with baggage of an actress that shall not be named. But I would still love to see Mira. I always enjoyed Mira. I just didn't like the actress. Um, That will work. As far as other characters, unfortunately, we're gonna get Harley. We may get Joker. Unfortunately, I don't know. It's well, we didn't get Lex, so that might be a thing. Matallo is another one for Superman's rogues that I just thought of. I don't know. I can't remember what his role was in the comics if he ever showed up. I don't know, but that sounds good too. Um, but yeah, that's just my hot take. Now, as far as gameplay is concerned, I don't think I want to see the gear system come back. That doesn't didn't really appeal to me back then. I like the cosmetic. No. Cosmetic wise, yes, get as much as you want, but the gear being different buffs and stuff, it is what it is. If you want your character to stand out, fine. That sounds good. Do the same thing that they did with Mortal Kombat 11 and Mortal Kombat 1, where it was just aesthetically they looked different. Aesthetically they looked interesting. I just don't want buffs with it. That's a that's a lot. It's kind of it's kind of meh, to be honest. So, and unlike Injustice 2, Injustice Gods Among Us, the first one, had interesting side stories. I think they need to bring those back. I mean, side missions, side game modes. Need to bring those back because they did that was sorely missing, in my opinion, in the original. Um, but yeah, I miss those. I can't really go into detail because I'm only going off of memory. Other characters that could show up, but I would probably doubt, and personally, I can live without. Um, Black Canary and Green Arrow, they were cool. I mean, I don't mind them coming back, but their purpose of the story was niche. Catwoman, we'll probably get her back again, but it is what it is. Now I don't particularly like this character, but I guess he's popular. They say he has a movie coming up, Booster Gold. I'm indifferent about him, but I can see him coming in the game. Um, Big Barda. If you're gonna bring in Darkseid, you might as well bring in the Furies, and Big Barda is one of the biggest known Furies. So I think she should be included as well. Maybe as a foil. No, I was about to say a foil to Wonder Woman, but maybe not. Maybe she would turn, unless she was already seen in the comic, but I can't remember that either. But yeah, so reviewing here. Definitely returning should be Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman. Unfortunately, Harley. Maybe Catwoman. Maybe the Flash, but I wouldn't mind that mantle being passed down to Wally West. I don't remember what happened to him in the. No, shoot. Superboy, I think Superboy and Wally and Beast Boy was in that explosion in the comic. I can't remember, but yeah. They want to bring Barry back, fine. Green Lantern, I say that we should replace him with either a mainstay John Stewart, maybe, or just outright replace him in general with Star Sapphire or Saint Walker. But preferably just me, I would just keep Hal or John and just bring in either Star Sapphire or Saint Walker. But I think Star Sapphire would be a better fit because of the romantic link between her and Hal. I don't know how that played in the Injustice universe, but we'll see. Darkseid should most likely be the main big bad. Mary Marvel to replace Shazam. Miss Martian to take up the mantle of Martian Manhunter, Starfire should go on the main roster. How big her role in the story? I don't know yet. Donna Troy to replace Wonder Woman's role as a more morally sound Wonder Woman. John Constantine, because he's a jackass, but I can't remember what happened to him in the comics. Anyway, he's a jackass. I don't really care for him, but he's popular. Zatanna definitely make a return. We need her. Aqualad or Mira, like I said, someone to play either a neutral party with Aquaman or to be a better Aquaman. Um, Booster Gold, just popularity. Black Lightning or Static is someone who just popped up into my head. I think they on the main roster of the Justice League should be added as well because they were DLC. Black Lightning was a skin for Raiden, and Static was in the mobile game for Injustice. You need to put them on the main game. People love Static too much. Same with Beast Boy. I don't know how they're gonna do it, but they did it with Green Arrow from a different universe, so that should works well. As far as new villains, Cersei, Mongol, Mirror Master, bring back Lobo. Big Barda could play an anti-hero role. Darkseid should be the main villain because I see that's where I can't think of any other main villains that could be on that level than that. It is what it is. But that's just my take on what Injustice 3 should look like. And I'm just going to end the video here. Thank you so much. I may have an AI cover of this video as well. So, stay tuned for that, I guess. Have a good one.